and Bell, the new sound of Nova Mornings in 2023 is early breakfast.
How good is this? Ben, Liam and Bell from 6 a.m. and Jodie and Hayesy from 7.
The best time ever.
You guys are so funny.
Happy to hear your voice, Jodie.
Loving the new show.
You guys are doing great.
New spark there.
Jodie and Hayesy. It's the new sound of Nova in 2023.
Good morning, Adelaide. Who would have thought, Hayesy, when you donned the Central's colours and represented out there, out north, that the Holden factory would one day be turned into a mushroom factory?
I got to be honest with you, I saw it coming. Yeah, I remember back in 06, looking around, we used to do a little promo shoot every single year in front of the Holden sign. You thought, you know what? Let's see this place turning into a giant mushroom factory. They laughed at me.
Did they?
They laughed.
But who's laughing now?
Who's laughing now, eh?
I was listening to Abby's news on the way into work, and she said we're about to become the shroom capital of the world. And I was like, what do you mean? Adelaide's like going to be kept in the dark? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, what's going on here? This feels like, so what do you mix it with? It feels like a little Bali experience for those people who are doing things illegal, not me.
Certainly not you.
No, not me or you.
No, we didn't hear any anecdotes about that before the show.
No, not at all. Let's move straight on. Wish I liked mushrooms. Hate them.
Do you?
Because people who enjoy mushrooms as a side dish,
Yeah.
particularly for breakfast, I feel like they're having a good time.
What? You wouldn't even have scrambled eggs with mushrooms on the side?
Can't do it.
Oh, my God.
So you're a fan?
Well, I love mushrooms. I love them mixed with something else, like in omelettes or risotto or stir-fry. Yum.
Do yourself a favour, Hayesy.
Yeah?
Mushrooms with a little bit of butter, salt and pepper. Oh,
Okay.
it's all about the butter.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you put enough butter on anything, it probably tastes all right.
good. I'm going to bring you in a mushroom tomorrow.
Oh, very good.
A dirty big shroom.
And mixed up with a shake, and let's see what happens. All right, good stuff.
A big show coming up. Matt Short won the BBL player for the series, and we're going to have a chat with him, see how he went at is it still called the Allen Border Medal?
Yes, that was last night.
Yeah.
So if he is up and about, it's good on him first and foremost, because that's a big celebration.
Yeah, Taboo Topic Tuesday. Wowee. This is where we delve into stuff that no one else is talking about, Hayesy.
Yep, and this morning is an absolute doozy. It's all I'm going to say is it's a profession which I actually didn't think existed.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Dead or Alive is back as well, and we had a big winner on Kate, Tim and Joel yesterday, $52,000. Well done to the bin.
Nova's free for 23.
Oh, hi, is that the mid?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hi, it is Tim Blackwell, Joel Creasy and Ricky Lee here from Nova. And Joel actually is fanging to give you the good news.
I'm desperate to let you know that you've won!
Thank you.
$1,000 in your bank every week for the whole year. Spend on whatever you want to bin.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much.
How good's that in the bin from Forestville, just cleaning up?
Unbelievable. And works in a laundromat. So
well.
52 life-saving $1,000.
That will certainly ease the pressure.
Yes.
Coming up next, Jodies Juice. A lot to get through as well.
Oh, yes.
All the TV shows last night on fire.
MAFS, unbelievable.
Oh, look who's back.
Oh, MAFS is here again. Hello.
Married at First Sight, 7:30 tonight, Channel 9 and 9 now. And we thought, in our first proper chat about this, we thought we'd go straight to the top shelf.
Yes, absolutely. Alessandra Rampolla is a certified clinical sexologist from Puerto Rico, 20 years experience. She is a star of the show. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're good. What did you make of the first episode? Just a bombshell early.
A big bombshell right off the bat for this season. We've never had a scandal so early on the experiment, I believe. So it's very full on. It's packed of drama.
So for those who didn't see it, Harrison and Bronte are in trouble because he's apparently been seeing a few women on the outside, and it was revealed that he just wants to go on the show to be a social media star. Who knew?
I didn't know if this was going to last a week, a month, the entire experiment, that I would see them again. But I'm not in a relationship with anyone. They're just people that I was seeing.
Hey, Alessandra, before we let you go, you are the expert in what couples should do and what they should not do. So we want to play a little game with you called Hot or Not. So basically, we're going to set up our ideal date for ourselves and our partners, and we need you to rate it whether it's a good idea or not. Okay, does that make sense?
All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to go first.
That makes sense. We'll get to go.
I'm going to go first because I consider myself a bit of a Casanova for a lady. 2 kids at home. Grandma's going to pick up the kids, and then my lovely wife and I in car. We're going to go out and have a delicious meal. I'll tell you where we're going to go.
Where?
We're going to go to Barnacle Bill's. And Alessandra might not be familiar with the work of Barnacle Bill, but one of the most gorgeous fish and chipperies that you will ever lay your eyes across. And the best thing about Barnacle Bills is never short of seats. So we'll fill our bellies there, and then maybe after that we'll trot down to the Woodville Hotel, we'll have a couple of beers, maybe we'll have dessert, not really sure. And then we'll somehow fit this all in within the BBL finals for next week. Does that sound like I'm somewhat a bit of a Casanova? And if you were my wife, would you be happy with that?
It doesn't matter if I would be happy. It's important that somebody who loves you would be happy. No, I think the beauty is that there is no perfect place for a date. If you have a moment and you're vibing with somebody, sometimes just any kind of time together is the perfect situation if you're with the right person. But yes, the fish thing doesn't sound too appealing to me personally. But if you and your partner are, then I say go for it.
Okay, before we let you go, Alessandra, this is my hot or not. Okay, so this is the perfect scenario for me.
All right.
Okay, picture this, Hazy. There's a bath. There's some bath salts, candles, comfy PJs by 5 o'clock, food delivered to my door, a little bit of champagne, a few strawberries, a little bit of chocolate. There's a king-size bed in my hotel room for one. So I can get a really good night's sleep without the kids.
Is that more appealing, Alessandra?
I'm so vibing with this second explanation.
Alessandra, thank you so much.
All right, don't forget Married at First Sight, 7:30 tonight, Channel 9 and 9 now. It's Jodie and Hayesy. Good morning.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy.
Ever felt like a holiday after your holiday?
Like after every single holiday for me. Plan your next getaway on the What If app and access mobile exclusive deals.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable just in case you change your plans.
Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel?
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. Jodies Juice.
Have to concentrate because I was just visualising that moment that Harry Styles' pants split on the weekend when he was... Anyway.
And you're like, how on earth did you make that sexy?
I know.
Well done, Harry.
Somehow he managed to. Oprah Winfrey kicked off her 69th birthday festivities surrounded by a slew of stars, including Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez and Heidi Klum at a ritzy dinner party on the weekend. This is the moment they brought out the cake and sang, "Happy birthday, Big O."
In extraordinary scenes as well, can you believe that they used the Woolies mud cake? That's what Oprah settled for.
I thought it was a Freddo Frog ice cream cake. That's what I've given my kids every year for the term of their natural lives.
Yeah, that doesn't quite sit too well with Oprah, particularly when you're nearing 70. Doesn't go down. It doesn't go through as easily as you'd like.
The red hot rumour is that the original Spice Girls lineup is planning to reunite for the first time in more than a decade to perform at King Charles' coronation this year. Please, for the love of God, let this be true.
Do you know what the biggest crush ever on Guess?
I'm going to say Sporty. Just left to centre?
No.
No, Baby?
No.
Ginger?
No.
On Mel? Which one?
Mel C.
Did you?
That's Sporty.
Yeah.
That's Sporty.
Oh, that's Sporty.
Oh, no,
it wasn't on a nickname basis.
Okay.
Sorry, we've offended someone. We've offended someone. Please explain why.
Okay. EP Sean.
Yeah.
Tell everyone what your role was in high school, please.
Primary school.
Apologies.
Yeah, that was back before the reforms. Look, I was president of the Spice Girls Club. Does that surprise you at all?
And what sort of school did you go to?
An all-boys school.
Who formed the club?
Not me. I was just one of the founding members.
I hope things have changed since then, but I mean, I don't want to suggest that perhaps that you could have been a target on your back for bullying and all those types of things, but I just wonder.
No, everyone wanted to be part of the club.
Did they?
Yeah.
So hang on. Mel C is Sporty and Mel B is Scary.
Correct.
So which one did you have a crush on?
Mel C, Sporty, yes.
Okay.
You mentioned it.
Melanie Christian.
So I got...
Oh, Melanie Christian. What is it, Christian?
Yeah.
She was a fox back in the day. Remember when she teamed up with Bryan Adams for that song?
Oh, yeah. Baby, when you're gone.
When you're gone.
I feel like I'm in love.
That's the one.
Let's go to last night's TV. The latest season of Australian Survivor started disastrously for one team with a brutal first episode challenge that sent 2 contestants to hospital. And this is how it ended at the ceremony with the stick and the where you put it out.
The fire.
I'm going to give you a choice. I can either go ahead and read these votes, and the person with the highest number of votes will join Jackie and go home, or I don't read the votes, and you all go back to camp together.
Jeez, that was an intense moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it? And I've just been informed by the head of the Spice Girls Club in Year 6 that it's called the Tribal Council.
Yes.
God, you're a fountain of knowledge, aren't you? Australian Idol is back. Standout performance from Sarah in Perth, who 11 hours prior to her audition was in hospital for surgery. Have a listen to Sarah go at it.
Now we're waiting on the world to change. So we keep on waiting on the world to change.
Harry Connick Jr. just bashing the keys in the background. Bit extra pressure as well when Harry's
sitting on the keys.
hitting the piano as well, isn't it?
You did a good impression of Sarah before. Can we hear it again? Go on.
Sort of.
Go on.
Got a bit of an Elvis twang going, waiting on a world to change.
And
very good.
We had the first episode of MAFS on 9 last night. There were 2 weddings. There was Cameron and Lyndall, and Cameron won you over when he walked into the reception and said this.
Where are the stubbies at? Perfect.
He cruises and goes, where are the stubbies at?
Where's stubbies at? Perfect. And then we met Harrison and Bronte. Harrison is what you'd like to call a big dirty bird. He admitted at the reception that he began seeing a girl right before he came on the show.
There's someone that I've had a crush on for a long time, and we connected like a week before doing this.
I didn't know if it was an intense moment, but when the music went,
then you knew.
I was like, oh, I'm locked in here.
I love the moment where he said, and I'd said to her that I wish it was you that was coming on the show. He said that to his new wife, you idiot. You idiot.
Did you call him an idiot?
Yeah, I did, idiot. It's Irish for idiot.
So he has been established as a villain, nice and early.
Early.
That's exactly where it's at.
Early days.
There you go.
Because who would have thought these people get stereotyped on these shows?
What?
Jodie and Haysy's Dead or Alive.
Yes, a celebration of both life and death. We like to really humorise it and put each other up against each other, and the loser has to buy coffees. And currently, as it stands, Jodie, you owe me about 1,600 coffees, and I owe you none. When are those coffees coming through, by the way?
Can I just go back a step? Humorise? Is that a word?
I think that's a word.
It is today.
Yes, this is the segment where I get comprehensively touched up and not in a good way, Hazy.
Oh, boy.
Boy, oh boy.
Goodness me.
I'm not very good at Dead or Alive, but today I'm going to turn this ship around.
Yeah, today's the day.
And producer Zoe joins us in the studio now for one of the highlights of the week.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. First up, we ready? Dive straight in?
Let's get straight into it.
Straight into it. Yoko Ono.
Let me take my scarf off.
A Japanese multimedia artist, singer, songwriter, peace activist, Yoko was married to John Lennon from 1969 until his tragic assassination in 1980. Born February 1933, dead or alive, Hazy.
The real Meghan Markle of her day, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She was.
Yeah.
Overly popular with the originals. Look, I'm going to say that she's not with us anymore, unfortunately.
And I'm going to say you're incorrect. She's very much alive.
She's alive.
Yeah.
First point to Joe.
I told you today was my day.
Today is the day.
Told you.
Jodie 1, Hazy 0.
No problems. You ready for me to be honest now and start playing the game properly? I didn't know that.
All right, second one. Andre the Giant.
One day when wrestler was hurt and they don't know who to take his place, then they call me. I said, I can't do that. I've never been in the ring in my life.
Andre Rene Rousimov, better known for his ring name, Andre the Giant, a professional wrestler and actor. Andre known for his great size, which was the result of gigantism caused by excess growth hormone. It also caused him to be known as the 8th wonder of the world, born May 1946, dead or alive.
Oh, this is interesting because they also call me Andrew the Giant. Look, I'm going to say, just give it a rest, buddy. It's not going to stick. I'm going to say Andre the Giant is dead. I'm going to say that because, all of the human growth hormone abuse.
Jodes?
Well, I'm going to say dead also because I reckon that did get him in the end. I reckon he's had some sort of heart attack or something. That's what's in my head.
Yep, dead. Died age 46 in 1993 from heart failure in his sleep.
Who would have thought an inordinate amount of steroids would cost you your heart and your life?
I can't believe that. There's a lesson there, kids.
So that's 2-1 to Jodes.
Yeah.
In the lead.
This is for the win for you, Jodes.
Yeah. All right.
Don't gaslight me.
I mean, feel good about yourself. You'd be really confident. I'd be so confident if I was Jodie right now.
This is classic
Wow.
dead or alive gaslighting.
I'm no chance here. You've got this.
Shut up.
You've really got this.
Right.
Don't second guess yourself, will you?
Last but not least, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Candace Everdeen is a symbol. They're mocking Jay. They think she's one of them. We need to show that she's one of us.
An American actor known for his distinctive supporting character roles, usually low-life eccentrics, underdogs, misfits. He's acted in many films and theatrical productions, including leading roles from the 90s. Popularly known for his role as the game maker in the Hunger Games series, Dead or Alive.
See, can I just correct you on one thing when you're talking about his popular movies? His best role was when he played that real solid weirdo in Boogie Nights. Remember that?
No.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen Boogie Nights.
Yeah. Well, Dead or Alive.
Do yourself a family. Get the family together tonight and watch Boogie Nights. Oh, Turk Diggler, give us a spell. I'm going to say that he's died.
I am also going to say that he's passed away.
He has died. Yeah. Really sad one, actually. Died in Feb 2014. He was only 46. Ruled an accident from acute mixed drug intoxication. But yes, he's passed. But it does mean that Jodes has won.
Yay!
There you go.
And coffee is on hazy
today. Who would have?
Finally, who would have thought? I'm actually going to come through the goods as well.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Actually, sick of you telling people I don't buy coffees.
That's okay. Shout out to Dirk Diggler. Jodie Hayesy.
Jodie and Hayesy on Adelaide's Nova 919.
We're in the dark. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Tuesday, 31st of January. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. Shall we? You want to take this journey with me?
Sure thing.
All right, let's go to 1955 Australian Championships at men's tennis. In an all-Australian final, Ken Rosewall wins his second Australian title. He beats Lou Hode 9-7, 6-4, 6-4.
Rosewall fighting for every point, keeps Hode in the backcourt and forces him into error.
And wasn't the tennis entertaining back then with their putrid little wooden rackets? And you're like, oh, look, it's over the net. 12 seconds later, now it's back over the other side of the net. Good game, sir.
And also, coincidentally, that's the last name a human baby is being called, Ken.
Ken. And Hode as well. Not many Hodes around. AK nicknamed the Toad. 1981, The Tide is High by Blondie hits number 1.
That song slaps.
It does slap, doesn't it? 1981. How old were you, Zoe?
Not born?
You were just a twinkle in your mother and father's eye. 1995, President Bill Clinton authorises a $20 billion loan to Mexico to stabilise its economy. I know how Bill feels when I always buy you breakfast.
Oh, stop trying to perpetuate that rumour.
It feels like you owe me $20 billion.
Oh, God. I got you a job, mate. That's enough. Oh, no coming back from there, is there?
Joke's on me. I signed up for free. 1999, Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy first airs on Fox TV. Unashamedly, I love Family Guy.
Do you?
It's unbelievably inappropriate.
Yeah, okay.
You just got to get it out of your system. 2015, Australia defeats South Korea in football to win the 2015 AFC Asian Cup.
The Socceroos, kings of the continent, for the first time. They're the champions of Asia in 2015.
Good things happening in South Korea. No, wait, North Korea, which is the bad one. Anywho, geography. 2022 online world puzzle Wordle bought for a low 7-figure sum by the New York Times. Hands up in the studio if you've played Wordle. Everyone in here except you?
Nah. Me
neither.
I'm not about it, and don't start me on the people who post their Wordle scores on Facebook.
Yeah, that was epic, wasn't it?
Oh.
They'd posted on Twitter and stuff as well. It's like, well done. Words. But congrats, I'm sure you feel good after you complete it. Number one song on January 31st in 2012 was Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. This song slaps too, by all reports. Certainly did in 2012. Enjoy, it's Jodie and Hayesy.
Hayesy, am I coming across as a little cranky this morning?
Yeah, usually you come in, you're nice and vibrant, and you got this nice sort of offset white where you're quite red and there's steam coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
What's happening? You're like a big steam engine.
So I just need to know for my own sanity, if I'm the only one that this happens to, and B, annoys the crap out of. Okay. So we had dinner last night for my mother's 70th birthday at our home. So I spent the day, and I'm talking the whole day. I went to the supermarket in the morning, I got all the food, I did food prep all afternoon, and then everyone comes in and there's dips, and I'm very gracious as a host. I'm beautiful, like really kind and welcome to my home until now. And I'm giving people drinks, and then there's like literally 20 people at my house, and there's kids running around everywhere, and we're trying to supervise them. And so we get through my beautiful burger meal. I know it's fancy. And so everyone has their burgers, and we retire to the kitchen and we clean up. Now, this happens every single time I host people. You look around and all the women are in the kitchen cleaning up. All the women. Mm-hmm. Like, why am I cleaning up? I've just spent the whole day organising this dinner, and with the exception of my husband, who's really, really good, and he'll jump up and do the dishes because he knows now he'll incur the wrath of God, i.e. me, if he doesn't. And then I look out to the table outside, and there's just 3 retired blokes sitting around having a glass of red talking crap about golf. And I'm going, what? Like literal actual steam coming out of my ears. And I just think, I've got a couple of jobs. I'm looking after all these children. My sister-in-law, she's a single mother of 2 kids. She works full-time. Why on earth are the 3 blokes who do nothing all day, why are they sitting out there and we're in here? And the other thing that annoys me about it, what message does that send to my girls? Like it's the mum's job to not only prepare the meal, but then also clean up after the meal? Is it, Andrew? Say something.
I'm sorry, I missed all that. Can you start again? No, I'm just joking.
Are you?
I'm sure.
Because you look glazed.
I'm sure Greg's...
the look on your face then was, oh, here she goes again.
Well, I mean, I don't know how full Greg's belly was and all the boys, and were they physically unable to do much? Because I feel for them if they were.
No, I just think, 13, 24, 10. Am I the only one that this happens to? That every time you host someone, you inevitably end up doing all the clean-up as well?
Mm. Greg Oddie, it's okay. We've got fresh towels. You're staying at mine tonight. Well, it was a big return last night for MAFS. What a big dirty mess thing that is. Isn't it?
I just, when you meet a guy and you just go, you're an absolute flog. You're a flog.
And now we're married.
Flog.
Yeah. Flog city, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, God, now we're married. What's this ring on my finger?
And now I'm expected to have flog children.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe you think of Cam like that.
No. Oh, Cam was beautiful, and his partner, they were lovely. They were like, instantly you could see the connection. But this other peanut, who's purely come on the show to boost his Instagram numbers and has conceded to his brand new wife, I met someone right before I came onto this show and I'm really attracted to her and I've liked her for a long time, so here we are.
Never goes down well, does it?
No.
There's someone that I've had a crush on for a long time, and we connected like a week before doing this.
You can't do that, you dirty bird.
No, dirty bird.
Come on, Harry.
Oh my God. But honestly, how would you react if you met someone, you're on this reality show, you've just got married, and then they turn around and go, oh, God, you wouldn't believe it. I met this girl and I like her so much. But anyway, I just thought I'd see this through.
Yeah, I wouldn't care because I'm just there to boost my social media numbers.
How many followers do you have?
Like a legion of loyal followers.
How many?
I'm not sure. About 400? 1,400?
1422.
Sure. Sean's all over it.
Producer Zoe, your thoughts on this Harrison idiot?
It's an interesting one because you couldn't pay me enough money to date him.
No.
I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
No.
But I kind of get the sentiment that he was single before the show. He's not seeing her now. Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Oh, you're so naive.
Zoe's just saying, here's my heart, smash it to pieces,
No, I would
please.
never date him. He's heinous. But they were single before this show. They met that day. Maybe there's there's something.
Why are you giving Harrison the benefit of the doubt?
Why are you in love with Harrison?
Why do you?
What's going on here?
Why, Harrison?
Why do you want to marry Harrison?
Watch out, Bronte.
Please no.
Maybe you're the girl on the outside.
It's me.
The other thing as well was Marissa.
Yeah. Oh.
Mum from New South Wales, I think it was.
She's a lot.
Yeah, she's very open about just how raunchy she can be.
Well, I look like the girl next door, but I like to see myself actually as a little freak in the sheets. I'm no regular mum. Warning. I am sassy, I am loud, and I love to spice things up. I love role playing. Yeah, sex is huge for me. My dream guy is Thor. Oh, he's big hammer.
I'm loose.
Ooh, okay, so can I do a little bit of amateur psychoanalysis on this woman?
Sure.
She sat at a party with people that she hadn't met saying how she was a freak in the sheets and she loves sex and all of that. It reeks of insecurity to me.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, 100% Zoe.
This is really going in an interesting direction.
Oh,
Claws are coming out, ladies.
No, I'm not being catty. I could just see straight through it. It was just it's like I actually don't feel that good about myself, so I'm going to talk myself up. That's what it smacked off
Feel
to
a
me.
bit sorry for it.
Yeah, me too.
What an absolute roller coaster then the first episode was.
Wasn't it? God. And in the breaking news, Zoe's got to go and take a phone call from Harrison.
Well, Joe, it's a bit of history last night.
Yeah.
First time a striker has been named player of the tournament for the BBL. Happy to say as well that we're chatting to the great man this morning, Matt Short. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, mates, take us through the celebrations last night. It's a historic moment. How are you feeling? And thank you for joining us this morning because we'd forgive you if you slept in.
No, I thought that fine. No, it was a good night. It was my first time, at the Cricket Awards. Good fun. No, it's good to sort of mingle with everyone, and obviously the Aussie men's and women's are going to be pretty busy the next little bit. So, no, it's good to catch up with them before I headed off, and no, it's good to celebrate a pretty successful year. With Adelaide personally.
Who'd you take, Matt, on the red carpet? It's pretty daunting.
I did my best to sort of hang at the end and just sort of breeze my way through, but it was. Yeah, it all happened pretty quick. Made sure all the big dogs, all the Aussie boys got through first and they took their time and I just cruised through at the end.
Two types of people in this world. One loves a red carpet, two hates it and hangs back.
Yeah. No, ladder's fine. Hey, what about some of those big dogs in the South Australian boys? Can you give us an update on how Trav Head and Alex Carey went? Were they well behaved?
Heady was on pretty early. I think he reined it in, towards the end. I think they were both out of there pretty early, but off to India today, I think. So, no, they were pretty quiet. But, yeah, nice to catch up with them before they headed off.
If you had to name a best on ground for celebrations, Matt, who would it be?
Oh, there's a young female player, Phoebe Litchfield. She was on a bit of a heater last night. She probably her first Cricket Awards, I think. So, she was tearing up the dance floor. But, there's a few Victorian girls. Sophie Molyneux's always a good one. Georgia Wareham as well. They were having a bit of fun.
So the Victorians do better. Is that what you're trying to say? You're representing the Vics?
That's it. Absolutely.
Matt, your season personally was unreal. Disappointing, though, for the Strikers not to make finals. Where did it go a bit pear-shaped, do you reckon?
It was very up and down year. Obviously started really well. There was a lot of change. I think once sort of Chris Lynn and Rash left, and even Peter Siddle sort of getting injured and resting a few games. It was, I don't know, it's hard to sort of put a reason to why it was so up and down, but I think next year we might focus on just trying to be a bit more consistent, with the team we put on the park and whatnot. So, hopefully next year we can look at that and stay a bit more consistent.
Mate, I think you're destined now to at some stage wear the green and gold as well. How much have you been thinking about a potential Australian debut?
Oh, look, not much, to be honest. I don't even know what's coming up. I think the people in the media sort of talk it up. Once you start putting a few performances on the board, it comes up here and there, but, which sort of force you to think about it. But, it's really cliche. Like, I just think about what's coming up next and, the job at hand. The last couple of months was with Adelaide and, whatever comes up, comes up. So, really looking forward to if something pops up with the Aussies. But, I'm sort of focused on, what I can do now to control that.
What is sweeter for you, taking a wicket or that unbelievable pull shot that you do, which comes off the bat and goes for about 200 metres?
There's not many better feelings than, hitting one over the rope. So it's a good feeling. It's always good to help out the side, if it's with the bat or the ball. I'm pretty lucky that I can help out there. But, No, definitely hitting one over the fence is a really nice feeling.
Didn't you really slip back into SEN mode for a second there with that question? You're on Nova now, mate.
We're trying bright.
Well, Matt,
I'll try and give you a bit more.
Matt, congratulations. Just an epic effort from you, and thank you so much for having a chat with us so early this morning and pulling up well.
No worries, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Good on you.
Thanks, mate.
Taboo.
It's sweet as taboo.
Taboo?
Jodie and Hayes's Taboo Topic Tuesday.
Geez, we're having fun with this, Joe. It's Taboo Topic Tuesday, where nothing is off limits. You can get involved as well. Breakfast at nova919.com.au. We'll cover all the topics. The others, just a little bit hesitant to touch.
Yeah, and we are about to have a chat to Sam Hunter. He is a male escort. I'm going to read you a little bit of his bio. I'm passionate in all facets of my life, my creative outlets, my volunteer work, and of course, in your arms. Here is where my sensual side soars, relishing in every touch given and received, right up until the neighbours know my name.
This is outstanding. He joins us, Samuel Hunter. Good morning, mate.
Good morning.
Oh,
so many questions.
1,000
Sam.
questions.
So
Where do we
many.
start? Straight from the top, mate. How did you get into this profession?
I heard about people with disability were using NDIS funds to access sex workers, and I kind of thought about issues that people with disability have in terms of fulfilling their sexual needs, etc., and I gave it some thought and decided that was something I could do, and yeah, that was the initial part.
So you decide to become a male escort. What's the next step? Who do you call?
You get online, you kind of do as much research as you can, you come up with how you're going to sell yourself, and you do your photos and all that sort of jazz. And then at the end of the day, you put yourself out there, but it's not until somebody actually books you that changes that. So you can advertise till the cows come home, but if somebody doesn't actually book you, then you're not really one, are you?
So can we talk about your first job? And just, I mean, how nervous were you, if you were?
I was pretty nervous. Actually, I'm still pretty nervous when I meet new people because you don't necessarily know a great deal about them or even what they look like. So, you know, there's always a bit of nervousness and excitement. First one went pretty well because it was like a 2-hour booking, and then I think about 10 minutes in they said, how much more if you just stay the night? So
Wow.
you were like, oh, well, that's a good start.
Yeah. It's a positive endorsement. I'm looking at your bookings. You can get the business, which is $700 for 2 hours, Hayesy. More, please, $1,000 for 3 hours. Teas and please, $1,200 for 4 hours. A more, leave no stone unturned, $1,700 for 6 hours. This is not a cheap service, is it, Sam?
It is kind of, actually. There's definitely higher rates out there, but it's not really something you can do 40 hours a week. So.
Yes. You've got to make it worth your while, don't you, Sam?
So on that, Sam, how many clients a week do you average?
It can really depend. I'd say the minimum would be 2 or 3.
Right.
But there has been the 40-hour kind of week, 7 days occasionally, and then usually that's followed by it being nice and quiet, which is good to rest and recover.
Sam, how do you find if, for example, you're not sort of physically attracted to the person that you're with? Is that an issue or...?
No, like there's always something in everybody I've met that's attractive. You know, most people may fall out of that classic beauty standards, but that doesn't mean they're not attractive. I'd say probably the most thing that I've found here is probably, you know, the age demographic is from, say, my age to mid-50s, as in the majority of that I see. And I have found that that has skewed what I look for or that I find attractive out in the real world. I'm like, oh, quite nice. And some of my friends will be like, they're in their 50s. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sam, does it, I mean, in terms of your clients, and obviously the ages range as well, but are we talking mainly single women or women in relationships, or is it a bit of a mix?
It's mostly single women that I see. There's only a few that are married and aren't being satisfied,
right,
having their needs met at home, and that's kind of the 2-hour ones. And then the longer stuff is for single women. They don't really have the time or don't have the care to get out onto the apps.
Have you ever had any unusual requests?
There's been quite a few things in this job that I'd not done before. I guess also my idea of unusual is probably pretty skewed to most people's idea of unusual.
Yeah.
So are you in a relationship?
No.
Do you think that you could have a line of work like this and be in a relationship?
There's lots of my female peers that are in relationships and still do this work. I mean, my reasons is just that I don't want to be in a relationship regardless of the work. So, it's just a personal choice, I guess, just like in any other job about what you want to do outside of that work.
Yeah. I don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with Hayesy, but here we are.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So then, in saying that, is there a timeline? Do you think you will get to a stage, or have you got a timeline set where you go, okay, this is the next step of my life, or I want to settle down?
I don't really know. I think my brother said this to me once. He was like, well, what are you going to do when you're 50? Well, I guess it depends on when the phone stops ringing. Like, I have had a client who is 70, and she does get a bit funny about that I'm quite a lot younger than her.
Right.
And so, there is still a demographic when you skew older, as opposed to my ability to still do it. I don't know. I spend a good amount of time to make sure that I'm balanced and time out for myself, not, suffer burnout or anything.
Yeah. And what was it? You mentioned your brother before. What was the reaction like to your family when you told them this was your profession?
Well, my two brothers, obviously, they're boys, so they were all kind of, nice one, dude. But then they also were like, this was no shock to anybody that this is where you ended up doing.
Right.
Mum was a bit funny to start with, but then she's on board. And when I was there at Christmas time, she was asked, like quite threw me off. She was quite interested in asking me about all sorts of things about it. I was like, I answered, and I was a bit thrown because I wasn't expecting it, because she usually doesn't ask those sort of things like, where do you advertise? What are your clients like? Yeah. She even said she works volunteer for an organisation. At the end of the year, they gave her $100 gift card, and she was like, well, that's not going to get me an Escort, is it?
That's excellent.
Well, Sam, it's been absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
It's all right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Sam. Awesome, mate. We really appreciate your time. That was awesome.
Thanks.
That's just about it for us, Jodes.
It is. I'm just doing some push-ups on the desk here, and you might want to do the same, because our Premier Peter Malinauskas is coming in tomorrow.
They're like almost standing up push-ups. You'd need to do 1 billion of them to get any sort of effect, and I am about 10 billion away from trying to match Mally. That's how good a Nikki's in.
Well, for anyone who's missed it, jump on the socials at Nova919 and check out the picture of you shirtless in the pool as a who wore it better or not wore it better, up against the Premier Peter Malinauskas.
And what did we wear? Not much.
Not much.
Solid feedback too from a lot of my friends.
Yeah. Well,
the key message was, Mally's in better nick than you, champ. I've never been champ so much in my life.
We'll probably find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get pushing up, please.
Worst Job Wednesday as well, making my debut.
Yeah. So breakfast at nova919.com.au. You're new in town. You need to prove your stripes. You need to get out amongst the community and do some service.
Yes.
So if you have a job that you don't want to do and you'd prefer if Andrew Hayes did it for you, then get involved.
I've done it all. I've done all the tradie jobs. You know, it was oddly satisfying the other day at home.
What's that?
Cleaning out the gutters.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
No, it's Greg.
Not often. He does a lot around the house, but not so much gutter work.
Okay. Where are we going?
I think he did plenty of that before he met me.
Oh, yeah. Of course he did. Slayed the old dragon or two. Anyway. So I'll do the physical labour, but you use the power of your words of thought. We'll bring back Judge Jodie tomorrow, I reckon.
Bring her back, please. The original judge. Court back in session. If you've got a moral dilemma, also get in contact with us, please, and the judge will sort you out.
All right. Catch you tomorrow.